It's that time again. The holidays are here. Thanksgiving is just a few weeks away. Christmas is right around the corner. So much to do and so much to cook. Today's recipe is going to make your dessert making a little bit easier for you. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make quick, easy, low-carb, sugar-free pumpkin pie. This recipe is so quick, so easy. It's probably the easiest pumpkin pie recipe that you will ever make. It's so easy. It's tasty, it's gluten-free, it's keto-friendly, it's low-carb, it's sugar-free. It's awesome! So, if you want a printable version of this, then check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell. That way you can be notified every time I put out a new video. And while you do that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. For the crust, in a 9-inch pie pan, combine 1.5 cups of almond meal. You can use almond flour if you want. The almond flour will just give you a smoother crust. The almond meal gives you a more gritty texture to your crust, which I personally like. So it's up to you if you want a gritty texture or a smooth texture. So almond meal or almond flour. 1/8 teaspoon salt. 1/4 cup monkfruit sweetener or sweetener of your choice. Use a fork and mix these together until they're fully combined. Add 1/4 cup of butter that's been melted. Make sure it's fully melted, no chunks in it. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. The vanilla extract is optional. I like it because it gives it more of a sweet taste. It's up to you whether you want to put it in there or not. Make sure you give it a really good mix. That way all of your dry ingredients is moistened by the butter and vanilla. So make sure you mix it really good. If you need to, you can get your fingers in there and mix it all together with your fingers. That way you can get rid of the lumps and chunks. So it's up to you how you want to do it. I kind of use a combination of both. I use a fork and then my fingers. So it's up to you how you want to do that. Just make sure all of the dry ingredients is nice and moist. Then use a fork or your fingers to firmly press down the crust evenly across the bottom of the pie pan and up the sides until it's fully and evenly coated over the pan. Make sure you press it down nice and firm. That way you don't have any loose pieces going. You want a nice firm crust. Then place it in the refrigerator until we're done making the pie filling. That way it gets a nice firm texture to it. For the pumpkin pie filling, in a medium mixing bowl, whisk together 1 cup of pumpkin puree. I use fresh puree. You can use canned, whatever works for you. 1 cup of evaporated milk. 1 large room temperature egg. And 1/4 cup monkfruit sweetener or sweetener of your choice. Use a whisk and whisk that together until it's fully combined. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Whisk it together until all the spices are fully combined and fully distributed throughout the mixture. Remove the crust from the fridge and pour the pie filling evenly into the prepared crust. If you need to, you can tilt it a little bit or use a spatula to make sure it's all evenly distributed. Just make sure it is nice and even. Bake for 45 to 50 minutes or until the center is set and the edges are nice and brown. Now this does take a little bit longer to cook than the average pumpkin pie, only because it doesn't contain sugar. It has natural sweeteners, so it takes it a little bit longer to firm up and a little bit longer to get set. But it's worth the wait. It's still nice and tasty. You'll also notice that it is a little bit lighter color than your traditional pumpkin pie. That is also because you don't use sugar, you use natural sweeteners. Sugar browns faster than natural sweeteners. Also, we use evaporated milk, so you mix that in with your pumpkin, it's going to lighten it quite a bit. So don't worry about the color. It's still pretty, it's still beautiful. I personally actually like the color a little bit lighter. And no matter the color, it's still going to taste great. Let it cool for 10 minutes, then place it in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve it. Slice it and top with sugar-free whipped cream. If you want a quick and easy recipe for sugar-free whipped cream, then check out my video on low-carb, sugar-free blueberry cobbler. At the end of that video, there's a recipe for quick and easy sugar-free whipped cream. Or you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. Search in the search bar for low-carb, sugar-free blueberry cobbler. And at the bottom of the blueberry cobbler recipe, there's a small section for sugar-free whipped cream, and you can get the printed version of that. And there you have it. Easy, gluten-free, keto-friendly pumpkin pie. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do my best to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.